Hello. Welcome back to the channel, and as you can probably tell from the title of it, it's about Newcastle United. First things first, I just do want to say I had a shower today, and that's why my hair looks all fluffy, because I just looked at the camera and it looks like a wig. It's not, it's just really fluffy hair. But anyway, back into the title of the video. Is Newcastle United season over? Obviously, we've had the bad news lately that Sven Botman is out for, I think, 9 months now. So that's going to take us to December, so we're going to need to buy a new centre-back. Then today the news has come out that Lewis Miley is out for 6 weeks, which is pretty much near enough the rest of the games of the season. I don't know what's going on with Harvey Barnes. He came back, played a few games, and then got injured again. I don't know whether he's going to be back. Obviously, Callum Wilson is still injured. Nick Pope, it said sometime in April, but again, by that point, is it too late? Dan Burn, he's injured. I think Dan Burn's injured. I'm pretty sure he is. It's been one of those seasons, hasn't it? If we just basically recap the season, we started out really well, and then the injuries started, and everyone was just dropping like flies. And then, because of that, I wouldn't say it directly affected it, but it kind of did affect our Champions League campaign, because the fact that we had to play Lewis Miley in the Champions League. He's a 17-year-old kid. That kind of thing shouldn't be needing to happen. I mean, luckily he played really well, but then everyone got injured. Joe Linton, he was injured for the rest of the season. Kieran Trippier's out at the moment. I'm not going to say it didn't affect our season. It did, because we lost a lot of our first team players, and there was points on the bench where we had youngsters, 3 goalkeepers and stuff. I think what didn't help with the season as well is it's been since December. We just stopped playing well, and we haven't played well since. I think we had that one game against Wolves. We played Blackburn in the Cup where we barely won. We played Fulham where we were poor for pretty much the whole game, and if Fulham were better finishers, we wouldn't have won that game. And then obviously, like the going out the Champions League, the Dortmund games really hurt us. Losing that PSG. No, we didn't. Did we lose? Did we lose to PSG? I thought we drew at PSG where we were winning, and they got that penalty right at the end where it came off this far into his hand, and they said, "Yep, that's a penalty," and that just finished us off there. I think currently we're I don't actually know where we currently are in the league. Let me just quickly double check. I think we're what's going on? We are currently 10th, 4 points off Europe at the moment, but I just don't see it happening. We're just not playing well enough, and teams around us are playing better, and I would just write this season off completely. I just wouldn't take too much stock in it, and obviously we don't want them to not put any effort in or anything, but I just think that's the way this season's gone. I think our two biggest issues were, firstly, we just for a lack of a better term, pissed money up the wall. We paid 80 million, I think it was 80 million for Tonali and 60 million for Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes I don't even think he's played 10 games this season. And Tonali had the whole gambling thing and the ban. Okay, he's back next season, but who's to say he's going to come back next season and be a great player for us? He might not do well enough and he might just be a waste of money. This summer, we need to be smarter and we need to look at the players that we've got. And obviously, I know people keep saying FFP is a thing, but just get rid of these players. Like, we've got Dummett, they've gave Kraft a new contract. We've still got Jeff Hendrick, for God's sake. Isaac Hayden. These players that, like, you get rid of them and you can bring 2 players in for, like, wages. And then I look like at the transfer rumours and I see that we're interested in, I think it's like Lloyd Kelly for Bournemouth. Is that really going to push us forward? He's going to be an okay backup option, but we've got Lascelles for that. Byrne can slot in at centre-back, and then we've got Shaw and Botman. Obviously not Botman now, but we need to be looking at good to great backup players for lower money. I don't see the point in spending 50, 60, 70, 80 million on players, because if we ain't got Europe, the best players ain't going to want to come to us anyway. So we need to buy players that we can control and have their good backup options, and if they come into the team, they can at least, help us out and give us a good performance. We just need to buy cheaper players and that should help us out, but we need to pad the squad out. We need players for the first team and we need players to pad the team out. Obviously we're going to need a new centre-back. I think central midfield, if we keep Joe Linton, we've got Joe Linton, Bruno, Longstaff, Miley. We've got Joe Willock. We've got a good base. We definitely need another winger, I would say. And I think we need 2 strikers, because Isak, he's great. He can get the ball, he can take people on, and he can score goals, but he's not a number 9. We need a number 9, like an Ollie Watkins, like Ivan Toney, like Erling Haaland. Obviously, I'm not saying that we need Erling Haaland, but we need that type of player that you can stick up top and can just smash goals in for us, and we haven't had that since Alan Shearer, and that's the bad thing. We need a proper number 9, because Callum Wilson, he's been too injury prone. He did well and he scored goals, but he just keeps getting injured. It's time to cash in on him. His wages must be quite high, and we could at least maybe get like 15 million for him, and I'd be happy with that. I think we need to improve left back, because Dan Burn isn't a left back, and if we're not going to give Lewis Hall time, and we're not going to play Matt Target, then he needs someone. Burn needs replacing. And on the right side as well, we've got Livramento, but he's not playing Livramento. He's like, okay, Trippier, but Trippier's getting on now, and he's great, and he's a great assist, and he can pass and stuff, but he's just getting to that point where players can just take him on, get past him, and he's done. Like the same with Burn. Burn just hasn't got the pace, and neither has Trippier, and we need to start refreshing the squad and getting younger players in. Not that Trippier hasn't played great for us, and Burn did really well in the season when we got Champions League, but it's just getting to a point where I think we need to think about the future now. Second point, well, that was a bit of a ramble. Second point is we keep losing, we keep doing poorly, and he's keeping the same tactic, and he's not changing it up, and he's just going, high press, same formation, just go out and do it. And then we were losing 3-0 and it'd be like, I should have changed the tactic. No, same thing. And I think he just needs to mix it up. He did that against Man City, and we actually gave Man City a game. People were saying, we played rubbish. Oh, what's the point? Oh, playing five at the back. We may as well have just gone for it. It's a cup game. But he won. It was our last chance at a trophy, and I think he wanted to win it. And I think the thought was, let City come on to us, pass it around and stuff, because that's what City do, and then counter. And I think we did all right with the formation, and we did quite well. And we did counter, and we did have chances that we should have converted, and we ended up losing to 2 deflections that I don't think would have gone in if they didn't get deflected. But people are moaning about it, like he was trying a new tactic. We've been saying that he's playing the same tactic and not pushing, and then we moan. It's like, I don't know what else she wants. But yeah, I think how tactically he's not the best. He's a good coach. He can motivate. He can get the best out of the players. But as a manager and a tactician, he's just not there. And I think people moaned about the 5 at the back formation because that's what Steve Bruce used to do. But if you go back a bit further than that, Rafa Benitez used to do that, and we praise Rafa Benitez like he walks on water, and he was doing the same formation. So, and I think we just need a reset. I really think this season's a write-off. I don't think we're going to get Europe. We're not going to draw in the best players that we can. I think we overproduced. Like now, would have been fine. I'd have happily took a top half finish. But because that got that top 4, we were like, well, why can't we do that again? It's the same players, but we've added people. But yeah, I just think the injuries haven't helped. The tactics haven't helped. And it's just really harmed us in the long run. But yeah, and I hate to say it, and people would disagree, and people will say I've been called names for it and insulted and swore at, but Eddie Howe's done great for us, but he's not a next level manager. He's not the one to win us trophies and really push us up and get us consistent European competition. He's just not that man. And I'm really grateful for what he's done, because he plunged us from the depths of going into the Championship and completely turned things around. And as I said, he's a great coach, motivation and getting the players, but he's just not a tactician, and I just don't think he's the man to lead us forward. I think he'll have another half season, because this will be the second summer where he's able to buy players, and if we are not storming that league, I think the owners will look at it and go, we're not going to get relegated. I don't think that'll ever happen. I just can't see that being a situation that will occur, but they're going to want Europe, and they're going to want us to push because they're pumping all this money in. You forget that Eddie Howe has had a lot of money to spend as well, and I know we're tied by FFP, but we just need to get rid of people like Callum Wilson, get rid of like all these like Jeff Hendrick and Isaac Hayden who are on money that shouldn't be on our books anymore. Just get rid of the deadwood, like Matt Ritchie, maybe even Miggy Almiron. Like he can run and he gives his all, but the quality just isn't there. He had that run where he played really well, and that's the best he's played for us. And I think we need to look, and we definitely need to look at buying good to great players that can improve the squad and be backups. And if you bring them on, you're not like, oh God, we've got to bring them on type thing. And I think that's the way forward for us. But people might disagree. People probably will, and will say that I'm wrong. But that's just my opinion. I've been a fan since I was 6, and I feel like I think we're just letting too much slide. The fans are letting too much slide and making up excuses. And it's one of them, like, we're going to be a new team next season. What if we're not? What if he doesn't buy the right players, or we get the same thing with injuries? You know what I mean? You never know, it's the future. But I really think we need to have a good look, and in the summer, just have a proper reset, chop the deadwood, bring in established backup and first team players, and and change the tactic and whatever's going on in that training pitch, and whatever is going on with those physios, it needs to change because we're getting too many injuries. But yeah, that's my opinion. I'm optimistic for next season. I really hope things do get better, but as for this season, I don't think Europe's on the cards. I think that ship has sailed. I may be wrong. I may be doing a video at the end of the season and going, "Hey, we got Europe," and things, but you just never know. But that's my opinion for now, and I'm sticking to it. So if you've enjoyed these kind of videos, then please subscribe, like, comment your opinions, tell me what you think. If there's anything else you want me to talk about football-wise, I'm happy to do it because it's my favourite sport. I've got a really good MLS series where I've picked a team. It's a new league for me, new rules, new things to learn. I've picked the Portland Timbers, and those videos are doing really well. I'm getting some good feedback from them, so I'm definitely carrying them on. And if more football stuff is what you guys want, then I'm happy to do it because it's a really important sport for me and it's an important part of my life, and I'm happy to do it. But yeah, just comment down below, like the video, watch the video through, ring the notification bell so you know when my videos are coming out, and yeah, I'll appreciate all of that. So yeah, if you've got anything you want me to talk about, just put it in the comment below. I shall catch you guys in the next video. Have a good day, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, or have a good night, and I'll just see you guys again next time. See you later. Bye bye.